Welcome everybody to another episode of Real Spill with Shyne Shin. This your boy Shine in the building. I got my boy Goto over there. Goto, what going on with your friend? What's up, man? Monday morning. Monday morning, man, getting the week started. While we getting the week started, I want y'all to go ahead and click that like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell over there so you can get notified anytime I drop a new video. We here doing the same thing we do every day. We dropping down the news for the day that's gonna affect your world tomorrow. Now, yesterday, Goto, we talked about excuse me, that cult leader had got arrested. Now I was on my phone and checking online yesterday and just looking at certain things about this, and I came across this article where they got one of the people that used to be involved in this cult and gave a she gave a interview. Um, now the article goes to say this is you can find this on 11alive.com if you want to check it out for yourself. The reported leader of this cult refers to himself as a God Christ like figure and allegedly sexually exploits his members. Now, the person that gave the interview was named Erica Carroll. Now, Erica used to be down with Buddy and his cult and everything. And she said that he got her convinced and that she moved all the way from New York to Honduras in 2006 to join this man's cult and follow him. She said she was told that she'd be able to build a new community and also be in touch with nature. Excuse me. She said that she was at a place in her life where she was looking for some spiritual truth and everything. Around about 2006, a lot of people was awakening, and there's a lot of false prophets out there. There's still a lot of false prophets out there. There's a lot of good prophets out there too. You have to really research a thing before you tie yourself into it. Right. She said she arrived at the bus station in Honduras, and they called the guy Nature Boy, like Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? He met her at the bus station and took her back over there to their compound or wherever they set up at. And he said that she done seen people get his man $300,000, seen other people give him land. She added that he don't do nothing specifically but lead his cult, which is what most cult leaders do. That ain't even surprising to me. But they say a few months after getting to Honduras, they ended up moving. They drove in a van to Costa Rica, and that's where they settled at. They slept outside in the tents. They couldn't live in the house for some reason, and they would get up and eat fruit or vegetables because they had to be vegan. That was part of the whole thing. They were vegan. Something like that, something like that. And but this guy here, the only place they was able to use the bathroom was at the roots of trees. Whenever they had to go shit, they had to go stand next to a tree. Oh man. And squat next to the tree and shit. I guess they want to fertilize like that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Well, I don't know. I know I don't want my food fertilized by no human shit. I'm gonna just put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the group gave nicknames. I mean, it's a real interesting article. If you have time today, take your time out and check it out. My question for today is though, why are so many people, especially, you know, a lot of times our people be real subjective and able to, it's just real easy to convince them to join your cult or something like that. I remember back in the days when I was young and I was hearing about the whole Jim Jones thing. You familiar with Jim Jones? Jim Jones was this white guy, preacher of some sort, kind of like a cult leader, I guess you would say. And he convinced a lot of his followers to go to an island with him. And when they got there, they were supposed to drink the Kool-Aid. And when they drank the Kool-Aid, they all died. They committed a mass suicide out there. And man, as a young man coming up, I ain't really see a whole lot of pictures of these folk, but I just imagine the preacher was white. I imagine he had a bunch of white folk with him. But I came to find out in the last couple of days that there was a lot of African Americans that went and did that thing there too, man. We so ready to believe something, man. People that been so fractured from their history, the way we've been fractured from our history. You just want to belong to something so bad. You know what I'm saying? That's why, black people so easy to change. They didn't like being niggas on their birth certificate, so they wanted to be colored. Then all of a sudden they didn't like being colored. They wanted to be black. Then they went black wasn't good enough. Now you're African American. And if you keep changing your classification, you'll never be able to follow your history too far. African Americans only date back to like 1988, you know. So African American history ain't long at all. They want to tell you we we celebrate African American history in February. That should only go back to 1988. That's why they can start your history at a certain part, because you don't know who you was before they told you who you was. Right. Now, any person that do any little bit of research can find out that the pictures they show you of Native Americans and the Native Americans that we have around here for the most part now are results of colonization. They tell you that the Europeans colonized things, and they use the word colonized so that you don't really realize what goes on when somebody colonizes a place. When they colonize somewhere, the first thing they do is they want to kill all the men, rape the women and the children. Right. You know what I'm saying? They do that, then they got their DNA inscribed into whatever this culture is. You know what I'm saying? And after a few years of this gentrification of them just fucking them and fucking them and fucking them, now they all white looking. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can take your family tree and turn it white if everybody keep having to have sex with European based people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if if the information ever did, if the information not people just don't want to see it, or if you see it, you don't believe strongly enough in it that you're willing to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Black people, man, for the most part, we only willing to fight each other. And the reason for that is because we done seen the consequences of going out there fighting them. It's like take Snowfall. I'm watching Snowfall right now, so I have to use stuff that I'm watching. On Snowfall, the cops came in their house and they did some wrong shit. They beat Jerome up pretty bad. They just they were being police pretty much. The Franklin Saint daddy told him that he couldn't get no get back because if he did get some get back, the way that they would come down on the whole black community just would not be anything that they'd be able to withstand. And you seen that, man, when that when that white cop got killed in our hometown. We were young, but the police were riding like hell when that boy got killed. You know what I'm saying? They was all in the hoods. A lot of people got arrested. It was just going down. They be on a hunt. You can watch Criminal Minds. Let a FBI agent get killed. Oh, the whole weight of the FBI is on. Now he can. We have been and watched the show, and the man been and killed 14, 15 people already. The whole weight of the FBI ain't on him then. Yeah. But as soon as you kill one agent, everybody turned. When I don't care if this man was working on terrorism, this man worked. Everybody turned their attention to finding whoever just hurt their agent. Now, with somebody with that, it ain't no way you can beat that. We got to pay for our guns. They get their gave to them. You know what I'm saying? They got like I was saying the other day. They militarized behind this war on drugs, and people, they allow it's the words of shit, man. Like you couldn't like right now, you can't call it a war on opioids. It's an opioid epidemic because you can't have war on white folk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We just being real, dog. We just being real. It was a war on drugs to deal with the crack situation. That was black people. But when it's white people, it ain't no war. It's an opioid epidemic. It's a problem. We got to figure out how to get these people help. You know, it's the tale of the two different Americas, man. And a lot of times you think that white people know, but they don't know because they live in their own America. You know what I'm saying? They don't come to the hood. They don't get harassed. But the police are nice as fuck to them, and they don't understand why they ain't nice to you. You know what I'm saying? For real, they don't understand that through years and years of infiltration, the Ku Klux Klan and all these other white supremacist groups and infiltrated the prison system, that infiltrated the law enforcement agencies, so that they are able to carry out their agendas in other ways. The guys are nice to them. You know what I'm saying? And when they ride, man, get pulled over with a white guy in the car with you. And man, it's a totally different experience. I got pulled over with Matt in the car me one time, man. Right. I ain't never seen the police be so nice, dog. I ain't talking about he told me he was sorry. I ain't never been told sorry, but sorry for interrupting your day. That's what he told me before he let me pull off, fam. Oh, but my windows tinted. When he pulled me over, he didn't know it was me and a white guy enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But all he seen was my face. I had the window down smoking me a cigarette. All he seen was me when I passed by. When he saw Matt in that suit and tie on, whoop the whoop, yeah, a whole different ball game. I've seen it straight up face to face, dog. They treat you different. They treat you different, man, but they don't see it. And then, like I said, uh, Matt thinks they treat all black people the way they treated me that day. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. Well, if we rolled off, I couldn't tell Matt, that's the first time the police ever acted like that to me, man. I'm still here trying to be professional and get my money as well. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna have no racial discussion with this man right now. So in his eyes, the way he living the rest of his life, all that shit bullshit. He seen a black guy get pulled over, and he seen it go well. But man, when I'm by myself, I'd have been pulled over for going like 40 and a 35. Family been pulled out the car for that. For what? For what? And if I ask him why I gotta get out the car, I'm liable to get snatched out the car now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But a white guy can be like, I don't have to get out the car. I know my rights, and that should be cool. Nigga, let me say I know my rights, man. Nigga, no. Man, I'm gonna know my rights, my left, my uppercuts. I'm gonna know all kind of shit, bro. You know, and I ain't acting like I've been beat up by the police, because I ain't never in my life had to have a police put their hands on me. But I done seen it happen. I have seen it happen. But I was in the military. I know how to address the authority in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody ain't got that kind of training to know how to address people. Goddamn, when you talking to somebody, keep your hand behind your back. When you talking to somebody of higher authority than you, keep your hand behind your back. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, don't never make no kind of threatening motion toward that man. Period. He already scared. He already scared. But man, these people up here in this cult, man, I don't know how we end up talking about that all the time. But every story seems to be tied into what this whole country is tied into. But man, y'all people out there, y'all stop seeking God in somebody else and find God in you. Every man got a representation of God. Then the Bible said that He's made in your image. You know what I'm saying? If He's made in your image, shit, what else made in your image besides you? You know what I'm saying? Man, you determine how you do things every day. You know what I'm saying? You can make that glass move. You can make stuff happen right here. You a God in a sense. Now, I ain't saying you the God, but you are a God. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna go into that. We ain't gonna go into that. I'm gonna move on to the next story. I finna get my monetization to it, man. I finna go hard. My next story I got for today, man. These people out in Texas, man. Goodness gracious. You just can't let your children go nowhere and do nothing out there, because folks just doing all kind of crazy shit. This parent out in Texas done dressed up as the Easter Bunny and they gave children some rubbers in Easter eggs. Elementary school. Elementary school, fam. Now I know they all started a little earlier than I did. Don't get me wrong. But man, I just don't understand what make you dress up like the Easter Bunny, go buy a whole bunch of condoms, put them in your goddamn basket, go down to the elementary school and hand them out to little children. Some of them got canned. Some of them got rubbers. And then they said they told Buddy to leave, man. He went right on the outside of the school and still started handing them back out, man. I mean, hand that shit to your children. You know what I'm saying? Hand that shit to your children, man. Goddamn. When I want my kids to find out about safe sex and sex and all, I'm gonna be the person to bring that to them. I don't need no help. See, again, man, this that people thinking they goddamn people just thinking they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, man. God, there ain't no repercussion behind this shit. Nah, it's just it's just stupid shit, man. It's just stupid shit, man. Goddamn, this parent, nah, you a parent of a child at the school, and you go do some stupid shit like this. Like, was you just trying to go viral? That's what I be trying to figure out. Like, how much of this stupid shit be real people being stupid, and how much of it got to do with social media and everybody trying to be famous? You know, it's a lot of people that'll do a lot of shit. A lot of people miserable out there, fam. Yeah. A lot of people ain't got nothing going on. And a like mean the world to them. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they'll even take the angry face. As long as you make some kind of reaction to them, that shit feed people nowadays, man. That shit feed people. That shit addictive. The worst thing your old lady can do is get 300 likes on a picture. Cause now she got them hunt for that shit again. She want that feeling again. That shit is addictive as any drug out there. And that's why they designed it like that, fam. They designed it to fuck with your brain and trick your brain into releasing different endorphins and different hormones and shit to make you feel like you really doing some shit. But you ain't doing shit. Like the people who created this stuff is smart. Like I refuse to believe Mark Zuckerberg came up with this all on his own as a student in school. Like I done seen movies. I know the CIA come to Harvard and all that kind of shit to recruit people at early ages and shit. Like I understand that, you know, and so it just. I mean, all this shit, man. Facebook, Instagram, like if it wasn't designed to be a way for the government to keep up with everybody, it's so working. You know what I'm like? A motherfucker will tell you they breaking the law on Facebook. You understand what I'm saying? Like for a like, bruh. For a like, man. Like God bless them all. God bless them all. I hope everybody out there get 1,000 likes. Y'all need to help me get 1,000 likes on this video. You know what I'm saying? But